In the deep birch forests of Siberia, something ancient clings to the bark like a scar of petrified wood. A 2011 study published in Phytochemistry Reviews identified over 215 bioactive compounds in a single specimen of Inonotus obliquus. In the 16th century, Russian Tsar Alexis I documented its ritual use among Siberian healers, centuries before Western science assigned it a Latin name. Modern laboratory analysis confirmed what those healers understood intuitively. The antioxidant density of chaga exceeds that of blueberries by a factor of over 30. Yet today, this organism sells for $50 a pound online, while it grows freely across millions of acres of northern forest. The system never taught us to look up. We traded wild abundance for branded supplements. We forgot the bark. We remembered the pill. This is the story of chaga, the black crust that conceals gold beneath the surface. And the most unexpected truth about this fungus has nothing to do with antioxidants at all. It concerns a war, a forgotten decree, and a question no pharmaceutical company wants asked. The forest has been waiting for someone to ask it. Inonotus obliquus is not a true mushroom in any conventional sense. What the eye sees on the birch trunk is a sterile conch, a dense carbonized mass that can weigh up to 5 kilograms. The true fruiting body is rarely observed in the wild. It forms only after the host tree has died. Chaga is a parasitic fungus, slowly consuming the heartwood of birch over 10 to 80 years. The timeline is not a flaw, it is the secret. Decades of growth concentrate compounds that annual plants could never accumulate. The black exterior is composed almost entirely of melanin, the same pigment that shields human skin from ultraviolet radiation. Beneath that black shell lies a dense amber interior, rich in polysaccharides, triterpenes, and betulinic acid. Betulinic acid is absorbed directly from the birch host. The fungus does not produce it independently. It steals it, transforms it, concentrates it. This biological alchemy took millions of years to perfect. No laboratory has replicated it. Long before clinical trials existed, Siberian indigenous communities knew this organism by a different name. The Khanty people called it a gift of the forest gods. They harvested it in autumn, when the birch sap had retreated deep into the wood. Historical ethnobotanical records document its use across Russia, Finland, Poland, and northern China, spanning at least 6 centuries. In 17th century Russia, it appeared in monastery records as a preparation for digestive and respiratory complaints. Finnish folk tradition referenced it in texts predating industrialization. The pattern repeats across unconnected cultures on 3 continents. Isolated peoples, separated by oceans and centuries, arrived at the same organism independently. That convergence is not coincidence. It is the result of direct, repeated observation of nature. The industrial era erased this accumulated knowledge in less than a generation. What took 6 centuries to document was discarded in 50 years. The forest remembered, the market forgot. Modern phytochemistry has spent decades attempting to decode what Siberian healers encoded in oral tradition. Chaga contains one of the highest known concentrations of superoxide dismutase among any natural source. Superoxide dismutase is an enzyme the human body produces to neutralize free radicals at the cellular level. Its concentration in chaga can reach 35,000 units per gram, a figure that stunned researchers when first measured. The fungus also contains betulin and betulinic acid, compounds derived directly from birch bark. These triterpenes have been the subject of peer-reviewed oncological research since the 1990s. A 1995 study in the Journal of Natural Products documented the cytotoxic properties of betulinic acid against melanoma cell lines. The pharmaceutical world took note, then went quiet. Beta-glucans in chaga modulate immune response at the receptor level. They bind to specific receptors on immune cells, priming a defense response without triggering inflammation. This immunomodulatory mechanism distinguishes chaga from simple antioxidant supplements. The chemistry is not general, it is precise. And precision, in the natural world, cannot be patented. During the Second World War, Finnish soldiers rationed coffee. Supply lines collapsed, imports vanished. Across the forests of Karelia, soldiers and civilians turned to chaga as a substitute. Field reports and post-war ethnographic studies documented widespread preparation of birch fungus as a daily beverage. This was not folk superstition. It was pragmatic survival botany. The Finnish military pharmacopoeia noted the practice without suppression. In Soviet Russia during the same period, scientific interest in chaga intensified. The Institute of Experimental Medicine in Leningrad conducted systematic studies on Inonotus obliquus between 1955 and 1960. Their findings formed the basis of a Soviet state monograph approving chaga preparations for clinical use. In 1955, the USSR officially registered chaga extract as a pharmaceutical preparation, Befungin. Befungin remained in Soviet pharmacies for decades. It was not a fringe remedy. It was state medicine. The West never heard about it. After the Cold War ended, global pharmaceutical markets expanded eastward. Soviet-era botanical preparations faced a structural problem. They were cheap. They were effective. They could not be patented. Befungin cost fractions of a ruble per dose. That economic reality made it invisible to multinational pharmaceutical development. No patent means no investment. No investment means no clinical trials at scale. No trials means no approval in Western markets. The pipeline was never blocked by science. It was blocked by economics. Meanwhile, the global supplement industry discovered chaga around 2010. It repackaged the same organism in branded containers and sold it at 50 times the cost of Soviet-era preparations. The forest fungus that grew freely became a luxury wellness product. The price changed, the biology did not. Nothing was added, only margin. Chaga grows only on living or recently dead birch trees in boreal climates. It requires decades to reach harvestable size. Ethical harvesting practices documented by Siberian communities specified removal of no more than 1/3 of the visible conch. This practice allowed regeneration and preserved the symbiotic relationship between fungus and host. Commercial, the eco, it is sustained, the forest, it simply stops producing. The birch, it has not, the side, 100, that is, translate, the organ, it grows, it has been, the black, it is the forest,